Good morning. This is Jeff,
This is Jenna.
and this is Transform Your Talk.
Today we have a very, very special guest on. This is our friend Angie.
Welcome,
Hi,
Angie.
thank you for having me.
Angie, tell us what you do. Why are you here today?
So, my name is Angie Wooster. I am the Director of Communications and Operations at the Women's Center of Greater Lansing, which is a little nonprofit on the east side of Lansing.
Yeah.
Those are some of our shirts.
Woohoo.
And I'm just here to kind of tell you guys all about the center and what we do and what we're hoping to do in the year to come.
Well, I got to tell you, we have an interesting relationship with the Women's Center. We're so lucky. Last year, I was lucky enough to hear about and go to a Laugh In event that the Women's Center was hosting. I went, it was over at Urban Beats in Old Town Lansing. It's a Lansing thing. And it was like the most star-studded event, local star-studded event I had been to. And I'm seeing men and women on stage telling hilarious jokes, which Jeff knows my whole thing is lead with humor and kindness.
Absolutely.
So I saw it. I came back to work and I was like, oh, there's this center. It exists. We have to help. What can we do? And I think it was soon after that I reached out to you.
You did. Yes. You sent an email just, I think, to our general email. And I happened to be at the desk that day and I snatched it up and I said, oh, yeah, I'm going to call her.
Oh, yay. Well, since then, I think we've done our best to try to be great community partners.
And you have.
And we really wanted to make sure we gave you all a platform to tell everybody what you're doing and lend additional support.
Thank you.
So what does the Women's Center of Greater Lansing do?
That's a loaded question. It's a long-winded answer, so buckle up. So the Women's Center started 19 years ago. We're about to enter our 20th year. And thank you. It was really started kind of as a gap filling service. It was started by a group of social workers in the area who were working with clients and realized that there were crisis agencies that were really, really great at handling the crisis in the moment, but there wasn't a lot of support services for after that crisis was over. There wasn't a lot of support services for primarily women who were coming out of domestic violence relationships. And once they got out, then what? There just wasn't a lot of sustainable services at the time. So they started the Women's Center. They banded together. They started the center. Their main focus was employment and mental health services, which still are our two biggest focuses as well. So the goal of every service that we do at the center, the end goal is to empower the client to the point where they are so strong and so independent and so self-assured that they don't end up back in a domestic violence relationship. And for lack of a better explanation, that's really what we're doing.
And how do you have a measurement? Do you collect data afterwards? How do you know?
We do when we can.
Okay.
We do respect the client's privacy, obviously, but we do what we can. I don't have an exact number, but I can tell you from personal experience, the clients that I work with, there's some of them that they don't get all the way through. We see them again in a year. There are some heartbreaking stories. I tell interns and future employees, I said, the best thing about this job is the clients. And the worst thing about this job is the clients.
Same answer.
Yeah. Because they break your heart in one way or another. Some of them return. Some of them return more than once. Some of them, we help them for a few weeks and we never see them again. And we don't know. And some of them, we help them for a few months and we never see them again. And then all of a sudden they reappear in a few years. And it's like, oh yeah, by the way, I won my court case. I got my own apartment. I got my kids back. I'm working full time. And that's why I haven't been here because I've been living my best life. So, and that's heartbreaking in the best way, So all of our services really are aimed at that last goal, but we realize we meet clients where they are. Not all of them are ready for that kind of success.
And we've been lucky enough partnering with you to understand things like, every event we go to, and I've invited you guys and we've seen all this work and how beautiful it is. I take big bins of things with me everywhere. And I'm like, we're collecting professional women's clothing.
Yes.
Because I think you guys have the best retail store in town to help everybody get those professional, the attire that they need. They get the services they need to apply for jobs, resume building, things like that. I know members in our own practice are like, I'll help with fake interviews, with mock interviews and all the things they may need for resume building.
Exactly.
It
Yes,
sounds
so-
like you're really setting up clients for success
We
as best
really
as
do.
you can.
We really do try. And so the main categories that we offer employment services. So that looks like free career clothing, things that they can wear to an interview so they look the best and they feel the best when they go. Practicing interviews, resume building, career coaching, one-on-one career coaching, skill building, personal hygiene products. You can dress up, but if you're
Right.
not clean, you don't feel your best.
No.
So we make
That's
sure that
true.
they have what they need to be clean and really present well and feel good about themselves. The other department that we focus heavily on is mental health therapy. So we have clinicians, we have MSW grad students who provide therapy at no cost to clients. That
That's
can be
awesome.
individual therapy. We also do group therapy, specifically groups like domestic violence survivors groups, sexual assault survivors groups, and then some kind of scattered groups if that's what we're hearing a lot from clients, if that's what they need. We do that.
Is
as
that
well.
at the center, all those things?
It is at the center. So the mental health therapy is only by appointment. And there is a wait list right now, which we'll talk about later.
Okay.
Okay.
But the rest of the services, the employment services, financial coaching, resource navigation, we do a ton of that, just helping folks find what they need in the area in a not so overwhelming way. We try to connect folks to certain people at agencies that can help them, just like we connect folks with you guys when they
Yeah.
are in need of legal
That's right.
services.
Mhm.
So we do a lot of that as well. That's all done on the community center side of the building, which they don't need appointments for.
Right.
Good.
And that's the same side that takes donations in. So we do collect donations from the community, professional women's clothing, unused personal hygiene items, unused bras, underwear, socks, makeup, things like that.
So you've been doing this for a long time, and are there new challenges that you're facing? I mean, this year or in the coming
So
months?
I got hired in at the center in the peak of the pandemic, and
Right.
we were just starting to open back up slowly when I came into the center. The pattern since then has been just a huge amount of growth in a very unsettling way. Our clientele growth went up 300% between 2022 and 2023.
Mhm.
It's gone up almost that amount in the last year as well. We're seeing a lot of clients we've never seen before. We're seeing a lot of families that we've never seen before. And the few folks that we have, ask like, hey, what's going on? Like, you've never used our services before. How'd you hear about us, et cetera? The biggest answer that we're getting is, we were getting by before. It was paycheck to paycheck, but we were getting by. We didn't need help. We didn't need assistance. And now that the price of everything has gone up and our rent has doubled, we don't make enough money. We're not getting by. So they're
Right.
coming to us for things like tampons. They're coming to us for shampoo. They're coming to us for mental health therapy because they can't afford their copays.
The
Right.
economy has
The
created a big
economy,
challenge.
the economy has created an enormous challenge. We're seeing a lot more folks than ever before. I mean, by far, and folks that normally we wouldn't really see,
Yeah.
but they just don't know where else to go.
So when your numbers go up like that, post-COVID or otherwise, because of inflation, how are you funded, I guess, is my question.
So when I started at the center, we only had 2 paid employees. We now have, I believe, 9. No, actually, that might be less. We might have 12 now. So that's part of the problem, is just keeping up on the number of staff to help clients.
Right.
We all tag team each other on our jobs. I work directly with clients, even though I'm the communications director, but they need help. They need somebody. The funding, so we are a 501c3, we are a nonprofit. We are not government funded. We are not privately funded. It's solely through donations and any grants that we happen to apply for and win. Primarily, we are funded through monthly donors. We call them GEMS, stands for Giving Every Month. So monthly donors, they can donate $5 a month, $500 a month, however they want to set up donations. That honestly, those monthly donors keep our lights on.
Okay.
They pay our mortgage, they pay our bills.
Thank you to them.
Absolutely. The different grant programs that we win help us to provide different services. So for instance, we have a paid full-time mental health clinician right now that is solely being funded through a grant. And we're looking for more grants to keep her employed and to hire more, because our wait list is about 6 months long right now.
Jeez. And are you worried about what's going to happen with the funding going forward?
Yes and no. Yeah, I know the economy is a little scary right now. I know, the political world's a little scary right now, But quite frankly, those things don't matter to us. What matters to us is the people in the Lansing area, because they're the ones paying our bills.
Right.
It's the community. And they have always taken care of the Women's Center. They have always looked out for us. They have always provided. I can't tell you how many times I've put out on Facebook, oh my gosh, we need shampoo. And it's like immediately the lobby is full of shampoo.
Careful what you ask for.
I know. So honestly, regardless of what's going out in the world, I think one of the best things about, being in Lansing and being in this community is that we take care of each other. And this community has poured so much love into the Women's Center. And so I think that as long as they continue to do that, and as long as they're telling other folks and other folks are jumping on board and also taking care of it, they're going to take care of us and we're going to take care of them. So.
Well, I'm tearing up hearing about
Yeah.
Lansing. I'm a Lansing boy my whole
Same.
life, so I'm glad to hear that.
It makes me proud every day. Every day that folks walk in with donations, or we get some random person will stop by and be like, hey, I saw you guys on the news, or I saw you here and here's $100. It's all I've got. It's like, I don't know if that happens everywhere else, but I know it happens here.
Yay.
Well, I can tell you the recent event I went to with Suits of the City
Yeah.
and the Christmas event I went to, it was just like, wow, the mayor is here and all these great individuals. And we raised a lot of money for the Women's Center. And I was so grateful. And, I came to help represent what we do and how we want to help you guys. And everyone was just so kind and welcoming. It's like, yeah, I take hot chocolate to people and they need tampons, they need this and that. And some of my Women's Center counterparts came that had never been to any events before for the Women's Center. And they said, oh, I've seen your bins. This is awesome. I want to do more to help them. What can we do? And I said, let's keep adopting different community programs.
For sure.
Let's keep reaching out and doing that. And I feel so lucky that my Women's Lawyers Association, especially here in Lansing, any events we go to, they're like, yeah, please bring your bins. What do you need specifically?
Mm-hmm.
And that's where I email you guys. I'm like, what do you need right now? And it's like deodorant and tampons.
It's always a different
got you.
answer,
It's
right?
something different. Sometimes it's the clothing, whatever it is, but I'm like, please bring anything you can. And they always just reach out and do their best. So I love the community. And I got to tell you, we've been very lucky as your partners as well. We've met great people. We've helped a lot of great clients in so many different ways with issues within jobs, maybe divorce cases, things like that. I mean, there have been people that have called and Jeff has talked to on the phone that just said, wow, no one's ever empowered me that way.
Well, they want someone to listen to them. That's the first thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's what, one of the things when people are like, what do you do at work? I'm like, I mostly listen to people.
Yeah.
I mostly just keep my mouth shut and listen to people. And then after that, I'm like, okay, now I see where you're at. Now I can meet you where you are. I can figure out how to help you a little bit better. But the first step is just listening. And not a lot of organizations have that opportunity. A lot of places they just can't spend that kind of time with clients.
That's right. We're all busy.
Yeah. So the Women's Center is a place where they can come and they can just be heard. And half the time that's all they really need is just to be heard. Sometimes just talking about what's going on helps you find your own resolution.
Well, and not necessarily gender specific. I mean, we have female attorneys that we work with within our group that have helped clients, but even women that have been a little nervous or been through different domestic violence situations, they're like, oh, Jeff is different than other guys. We're like,
I'm
yeah,
so
I know
different.
he's special, but
because I listen.
Well, but he listens and he'll be like, look, I got to be real with you. There's this and this and this, and you can do this. And it's very much empowering. And those are the kind of comments that I'm like, they're like, oh my goodness, this is amazing.
Yeah.
And it's like, we're all here to help.
Yeah.
So we're here right before Christmas. Do you have a Christmas wish list for the center?
Oh my gosh.
What do you guys need? Tell us.
We need a new building, to be honest.
New building.
Think big.
Okay.
We need a big new building. We are bursting at the seams.
How much space do you have now? Do you know?
I don't know what the square footage is, but
Okay.
I can tell you it's not enough. And if you ever walk into the center, it takes
that's
2
it.
seconds
Like,
to realize
ooh.
it is not enough space.
We've been there, and I know you showed me your space, and I'm like, okay, we can use our conference room too. We've got spaces. Like, let's
Yes.
work together.
My
So-
office is literally a closet with the doors off in the group counseling room,
Okay.
which is fine. I
Yeah.
don't mind that. But part of the reason why our wait list is so long is even if we took on more therapists, we don't have anywhere to put them.
Right.
There's nowhere for them to go and have privacy. We are using every office of every space, every private space in that building. The building's also not accessible. The second story is our career boutique, and there's stairs. There's no elevator.
Ooh.
There is a ramp in the back, so technically you can get to the bathroom, but you can't get to the lobby and you can't get to the career boutique.
That's tough.
You can get in the mental health building, but we have to bring a wooden ramp out and stick it in front of the door for you to get in there. It's an old building. It's an old East Michigan Avenue building. And it was great for the 19 years that we've been there. And now that our services have expanded so far and our client number has gone up so high, it's just not feasible. And quite frankly, the upkeep on it is a nightmare.
Well, I'm just thinking through this. My lawyer had just thought of something because there's a lot of commercial space, it seems like, available. And I do work for a lot of commercial landlords, coincidentally. If a landlord had such space, and if the landlord decided to donate the space to 501c3, that'd be a total deduction for.
I'm not a tax person.
Yes,
I
so
literally make
are
advertisements.
you hearing me, landlords?
Yeah.
Commercial landlords.
So let's see how we can help our community
Yeah.
partners and see if we can at least help that part of your Christmas wish list
Yeah.
maybe come
Yeah.
true. Everybody out there looking to buy building space or donate it.
Yeah.
An amazing group that wants to help.
The biggest thing that we're launching at the beginning of January is our Safe and Strong project, which is raising $20 million to build a brand new facility that would include some services that we've not been able to provide before, such as, emergency crisis intervention, such as crisis counseling, such as human trafficking assistance and counseling for that as well, which we have been brought into all of these realms, but we just don't have the capacity because of where we are.
Yeah.
So we are launching that campaign. If anyone wants to donate towards that, you're going to see that on our website really soon.
20 million or 20 million.
Or 20 million or a building. Either one is fine. We'll let Santa know because I'm sure
if Santa could deliver 20 million, that'd be fantastic.
You never know.
But part of that 20 million that we're asking, the community to help us fundraise for is not just the building. It's also for more therapists. It's for a crisis intervention therapist. It's for all of these services, all of these professionals that we need to come in and help these clients to get them out of the system.
Do you provide services to young women? I mean, not 18.
So typically our youngest client's about 16.
Okay.
And then the age range it's literally like 16 to 92.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
There's not even really like a good group. I can't even say the bulk of our clients are 40. They're all over the place.
Yep.
Okay. It just seems to me, and especially now, teenagers have so many challenges that you might
absolutely
get calls from time to time.
Absolutely. And we do our best, with anybody that calls. So,
right.
On a smaller scale wish list, since, not everybody listening has $20 million.
Yeah. Or a building.
Either
one.
But a smaller scale wish list, honestly, we always need hygiene products. Unused, unopened hygiene products.
Yeah.
And feminine hygiene products.
I know my women's lawyers group, and every time I'm at Costco, I'm like, let's see, I can buy this many of this. They take most of these down to you guys.
Yeah.
And I've got to say, in the changing political climate and things like that, and throughout all the political landscapes, there's been people that haven't been such big supporters. Mm-hmm. And I want to say I'm really, really proud of the Women's Center for, even when there is adversity, saying, okay, we're going to keep helping the community.
Exactly.
There might be things that people say or do that could be damaging, but you guys rise up and you continue to empower men and women.
Absolutely.
And I would say that's the biggest thing we both try to take away from that, and our group does, in helping community members, because when we have individuals that are coming in to work with us on do-it-yourself divorce stuff, it's like, whoa, they've empowered you to fill out so much. How can we empower you to do more?
Right.
And it's that self-worth that you're always trying to build with men and women.
Absolutely.
Everybody you help. And I think that's a really important piece. It's not just come here and we'll do it for you. It's come here and
do it for them.
We will provide you the resources, the help, the legal expertise that you need. And I know even some of the clients that we've helped, they've even said to Jeff, whoa, I didn't realize there's enabling going on here and things I can do. And I'm going, oh my goodness.
I had to say it wasn't legal advice.
Yeah, it was stop enabling. Like we can do this, stop enabling. And it's like, whoa, I never thought of it that way.
Yeah.
And,
I didn't say stop.
No, I know.
I said, could you be enabling?
Yeah. And they went, okay, yeah, that's
maybe
happening. But it's, what can we empower you to do?
Exactly.
To make that change? And that's where we try to come in and help too. And we encourage Santa and all those other great donors out there to come in and help. So we know small scale feminine products. I know it's winter time, so hats, scarves, gloves,
Always
all
winter
those
wear,
kinds of things.
especially waterproof, warm boots.
Oh,
That
yeah.
makes
Those are really
sense.
hard for us to get, and they're kind of pricey. So, and we generally don't have a budget to buy things like that.
Right.
Ed Raymond's out of Chesaning just donated like 75 Carhartt
Oh.
coats to us.
Oh,
Oh,
nice.
wow,
And they're
that's
nice.
wonderful.
They're
Yeah, I
warm.
love
They're
Carhartt.
waterproof. Oh my gosh,
That's
Raymond's
wonderful.
took such good care of us this year.
Carhartt's
Um,
not a sponsor, but we do love Carhartt.
Yeah. So
Hashtag Carhartt.
hashtag, if they want to donate, like we'll send them something from our YouTube channel and everything else. If you want to donate, sponsor, whatever you want to do. Somebody at the recent event I was at with Suits in the City said that putting all those warm items and feminine products in big Ziploc bags, like the gallon size one.
So some folks like to do that and they like to give out care packages,
Mhm.
down where the unhoused clientele might be staying at. Typically, we don't actually like doing that. Most of those clients don't need all of those things or don't want
Right.
all of those things. So for us, it's easier for them to tell us specifically, this is what I need. We give them what they need.
Perfect.
Sometimes if we have extras, sometimes we have perfume, right? That's
Right.
a rarity for us. So it's not on the list for them to ask for,
Uh-huh.
but we'll be like, hey, by the way, we have perfume. Is that
Ooh.
something you'd be interested in? It's
Yeah.
usually a yes.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, generally I don't love giving out big, huge packs of items because
They may not use it
part
all.
of it ends up in the trash or,
Yeah.
I don't want
and a
that.
lot, especially with our unhoused clients, they have to carry everything that they own.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
So they're not going to carry around a bunch of stuff that they don't plan on using.
So it sounds like if people want to donate, the best idea and the most useful idea is to bring them down to the Women's Center of Greater Lansing, which is on Michigan Avenue.
1712.
There you go, 1712 Michigan Avenue. I know you guys have a little pantry type thing outside that has
Yeah.
some products in it, but I've seen people just bring stuff in and we bring stuff in, things like that. I know some of our group members bring things in, like we just try to share the love. So they bring them in and then you guys kind of figure out what people need and put it in your retail shop and all of that, your boutique.
Our career boutique.
Oh my God,
so the
it's so
clothing goes
nice.
upstairs in the boutique. So clients can come upstairs. They can shop for the clothing that they need. I believe right now the limit is 2 outfits per month. And that
Nice.
fluctuates depending on how much inventory we have. It might actually go up after the first of the year. The hygiene products, when they check in to tell us that they're there, they tell us what items they need and we go ahead and package those up for them.
That's wonderful.
Talk about the t-shirts
Oh yeah.
and sweatshirts.
Yeah. So on our website, we are trying to find more creative ways to fundraise, as always, because we're a nonprofit. All we do is fundraise. And so we started making some logo wear, some fun shirts. The shirts that you guys are wearing were actually created for our booth at Lansing Pride, which we have a booth there every year. And we are huge allies at the Women's Center. One of the things I love the most about the center is that we don't care who you are.
You're
getting help.
inclusive AF.
Inclusive AF. That's going to be our new slogan.
I know.
But we don't care. I mean, if you're documented or not, doesn't matter to us. If you're trans or not, doesn't matter to us. As long as you are a human in need and you're willing to be kind to all of the other humans in need at the center, we're good. And I think that's really important. I think a lot of people don't necessarily know that about us because our name is the Women's Center, because that is our primary focus is women and those that identify as. But we help everyone.
Inclusive.
We are super inclusive.
So what's the website?
Lansingwomen.org.
Okay.
The t-shirts are just a really fun way for us to fundraise a little bit more money and obviously to get our people out there wearing our logos. We just put up a couple new items, a couple new sweatshirts with our logo and with our new 20th anniversary logo, because 2025 is our 20th year of being a nonprofit here in Lansing. So that's on our website. And since we design the shirts and we sell the shirts on our drop ship site, every single penny of profit comes right to the center.
Yay.
So it's a super easy way for us to raise funds.
And I told you, my whole family, it's what we're doing for Christmas. So it's like,
Love
pick
that.
out what you want. That's your Christmas
Yeah.
gift, and you're even family out of state. So
I love that.
yep, we got to support. So these last few minutes, we've heard your Christmas wish list and everything the Women's Center needs. What else can the community do to help? What else can we do to help? And thank you for all the great work you do.
Of course. So I'm going to answer that in 2 parts. The way that the community can help the Women's Center is by donating, by coming to events, by sharing our events on Facebook and Instagram and social media, liking our posts, sending it to their friends. Those are super easy, passive ways to just help us keep going with our mission. Other ways that the community can help people in general and help their community is to speak up. when you see something that's not okay.
Ah,
Speak up.
that's
See
important.
something, say something.
See something, say something.
Yeah.
A lot of clients, when they come to us, a lot of times they've said, I let this go on because I didn't have support. I didn't think anyone would believe me. Believe survivors. Always believe survivors and just support them and just love them where they are. And you don't have to help them necessarily. Just listen to them and love them and send them to the Women's Center or send them to another agency here in Lansing. There's plenty of agencies that do wonderful work for survivors. But the number one thing is say something and believe them.
Absolutely.
There you go. If you see something, say something.
Yes.
And keep supporting this great organization like we are and the Women's Center of Greater Lansing. I know we put all your information on our website, sixsolutionsgroup.com. And this will also be on our YouTube channel as well, Transform Your Talk with Jeff and Jenna. And we will put the link there and everything to the t-shirt shop as well.
Oh, love that. I'll have to drop some new designs just for
you guys should. And put our logo on them too, because we love you guys and want to keep supporting you. And thank you for joining us. We appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
And our pleasure.
It's been fun.
Thank you.
Merry Christmas. Happy holiday.
Thank
Peace
you
out,
too.
kids. All right. Awesome.